witness na yun eh.
Sir, ano pa ba ang mga ginagawa ninyo as Secretary of Justice? You are not just focused on the illegal drug trade.
Marami po kaming ginagawa.
May napakitan po kayo kanina.
Yung pong we are working, kinakailang double time na makakuha kami ng lupa so that yung aking pet project na DOJ Academy mabigyan kami ng pondo, mga around 100 million para sa building. So yun po ang aming nilalakad ngayon sa Appropriations Committee
ng DOJ Academy to train prosecutors.
Yan po parang counterpart ng mga Philippine judges, yung PhilJA, na nagtitrain sila kasi nakikita natin na marami ang nadidismiss na mga cases, especially with respect to drugs, gawa ng yung hindi because of the lapses of the public prosecutors, for example. Tapos
ano po timetable dyan for the academy?
Within 1 year dapat hopefully this will be approved during this budget kaya sana maisama yan. So in 1 year we could begin, so we could see we could realize this within the within 2-3 years. So
ano pa po? What else
ako rin po ang atasan ng ating Pangulo tungkol dun sa ng rules and regulations tungkol po dito sa small town lottery. Kaya I believe that itong present income natin from lotteries, small STL, na around mga 8 billion lamang, I think we could triple, quadruple this for the next year.
So, sir, hindi po kayo naniniwala yung STL is a way to cut down on wetting?
Actually, it was successful. Talagang napatay ng STL ang wetting. Ang problema is that after killing wetting, ito namang mga operators natin na nabigyan ng franchise to operate, ang nire-remit lamang sa PCSO is around 10 or 15% of the collections. So, pocketing the remainder.
Paano ba dapat? All 100% or they're supposed to keep a little?
No, dapat talagang 100% kasi 100%. Meron silang percentage dun eh. Ang problem is that yung talagang malaki ang diferensya, tapos kulang ang dapat dun may handheld kang equipment na o gadget na pagpindot mo ron, pag may tumaya sa'yo dun, immediately nakaregister yun sa PCS. So yun ang ideal. But because of the lack of internet facilities sa far-flung areas, hindi pa natin magawa yon. Kaya't yung collection, yung 100% reporting of collections, hindi pa natin siguro makukuha. But definitely, makakuha tayo ng 80% of collection, magka-quadruple po ang ating collection.
How about hiring enough lawyers? I understand you have a lot of vacancies.
Yan po ang pinaka-problema namin sa DOJ. Ang sabi nga namin, ang tingin ko dito, mas madali pang illegal drug trade sa solusyonan kaysa dito sa mga problema namin sa aking backyard. Kasi we lack about 1,054 lawyers and we need to hire 1,000 more. But hindi kami makakuha. Otherwise, we'll not be able to, yung backlog namin sa cases na mga 12,000, napakarami nun eh. At the rate we're going, we could not even touch, we could not even reduce the backlog.
What are the reasons for the vacancies? Not enough applicants? Not enough qualified applicants? Or not enough people interested in the because of the salaries or whatever?
Pareho rin yun, pero although talagang yung salaries ng prosecutors are now competitive sa mga private sector, but yung route ba ng mga prosecutors na pag nagkaroon ng vacancy, dun la gustong pumunta sa judiciary. So there was even a time, an instance just this year, na matagal na pinabayaan, hindi nag-appoint ang ating past president ng mga prosecutors. Kaya pagkatagal-tagal doon sa Malacanang at so napipilitan yung because of sa katagalan, napipilitan sila mag-apply sa judiciary. So there was a time, there was an instance na itong isang prosecutor namin sa Cagayan de Oro, sa Mindanao, ay nakatanggap ng kanyang appointment for as prosecutor nung umaga, tapos nung kinahaponan nakatanggap naman siya ng appointment niya sa judiciary. Nakausap ko mismo yung nangyari. Nakakausap ko mismo sa yung taong pinangyarihan yan. So ngayon gawa na ang ruta niya na talagang yung aming prosecutor talagang gusto nilang maging judge. Kaya pag naghihiring nga kami sa JBC, sinasabi ni Chief Justice Sereno, kawawan naman dito si Secretary Bit. Ito naman nag-a-apply dito, mga prosecutors na naman. So ganun ang talaga. That's why we need lawyers. Kaya we need prosecutors at sana yung maraming mag-apply sa amin.
Sir, I have a couple of questions from Facebook, but before I ask that, kasi medyo pabalik dun sa previous topic natin. Ano pa bang pinagkakaabalahan ninyo?
Well, itong during our visit, we need to have the president has undertook to release the Vietnamese fisherman as a sign of goodwill. Kaya yung mga may kaso dito, around 17 fishermen, ay i-release namin, and we'll be even spending for their flight home, at bibigay na i-release din namin yung kanilang mga boats. So
hindi natin susunugin bombahin katulad ng ginagawa ng Indonesia.
Hindi katulad. So we are also hoping that there will be internet connectivity sa amin, sapagkat hindi kami katulad nung sa Supreme Court na tsaka sa Court of Appeals. Yun ang gusto namin gayahin, na isang pindot mo lang malalaman mo na yung status ng case. So we need internet connectivity. Kaya yan po ang mga pinagkakabalahan pa namin maliban dito sa Bucor.
Sa JBC po, how many vacancies are there sa judiciary?
Marami pong sa Supreme Court wala pa, no? Pero it will be coming mga December ata. So but ang daming nakalista, ang daming nag-a-apply. So talagang maraming trabaho din yung JBC.
Sir, I have a question from Dom Del Pozo on Twitter. Is De Lima eventually going to end up in jail?
Pag nag-prosecute po kami, ganun ang objective namin . Gawa ng if you prosecute, you really have to throw the books on her. Kaya yun po amin. That's why hindi ako nagmamadali na i-file kagad when there are still loose ends to tie. So yun po ang objective ng isang prosecutor, to prosecute and to put the guilty in jail.
Well, she enjoys some level of immunity as a lawmaker, but it depends also on the charge that he will bring against her.
That's right.
What kind of charge are you?
Pag ang charge mo po is 6 years or above, ay wala na pong immunity ang mga lawmakers. They have to face the case. Ito naman sa mga kasong ipafile sa kanya, especially under the 9165 or Dangerous Drugs Act, ay puro po malaking matataas ang penalty nito, ranging from life, from almost palaging life dito life imprisonment, kasi wala na tayong death penalty.
Sir, the opposite question from Gaudi Kibalyo from Facebook naman. I think I would know what your answer is, but let me ask it anyway. No? Would you be willing to lose your license to practice law after 40 years of trial lawyering if it will be proved that you manufactured evidence against De Lima?
Yes, and because I will never manufacture evidence. I've been practicing for so long, and maraming nag-o-offer na mag-manufacture ng evidence, but I could never be part of any kind of manufacturing evidence.
Thank you. Sir, here's another question from Twitter, from Ray Trilliana. Actually, maganda to eh. Are you worried, Secretary of Justice, that the war on drugs will weaken in the long run an already problematic justice system?
I don't think so. I could not see why it would weaken the justice system. As a matter of fact, we believe that this war on drugs, where about 90%, 91% of the Filipinos are supporting, should strengthen the rule of law.
Sir, the latest SWS survey, nabanggit niyo po yung popular support for this, shows that there is in fact a majority support for the war on drugs, but there is also majority support for the position that the suspects remain alive.
Yes, I was aware of that.
So paano po how do we approach that particular issue?
Kasi sinabi naman niya ng mga pulis ni Presidente Duterte, ni Chief PNP De La Rosa, na hindi kinakailang patayin kung talagang ang suspect or accused ay hindi naman lumalaban. But when your life is in danger, that's the only time when you are supposed to fire, to kill. But yan naman po talagang yan ang doctrine sa police engagement eh. Pag ang life mo is in danger, then you are allowed to fire and maim.
Sir, we have about 2.5 minutes to go. Is there something else that you're doing that media has not yet sufficiently covered? So, for instance, I did not know about the DOJ Academy. Anything else that?
Hopefully, we'll be able to clean up muna kasi dun sa hindi nyo natatanong na dun sa Bucor, ang binabantayan lamang po ng SAP doon ay yung Building 14 at saka maximum. Yung pong medium at saka minimum security hindi na binabantayan. But because of what we did, yung po isang naming nagawa din, because of my appeal, we were able to get the donation from a Good Samaritan ng 2 jammer natin. Kaya this jammer costs 4 million pesos, and yan po ang nilagay natin doon sa Building 14. So absolutely no cell phones and other gadgets could be operated. As a matter of fact, pati yung mga kapitbahay na those within the Bucor territory ay tsaka yung mga radios ng ating mga guards could not operate because of this jammer. Kaya yun po ang nangyayari ngayon. But hopefully mayroong nagsabi na nag-transfer na raw po sa medium security yung mga drug lords. Kaya talaga very ingenious sila eh. Kaya sana yun ay magawang ko rin ng paraan.
Sir, what makes SAF effective?
Mayroon silang talaga mayroon silang discipline, marunong sila at hindi sila talaga nagpagamit, walang contact. As matter of fact, pag sila ay nakatakip yung kanilang mga mukha para hindi sila maging familiar with anybody, and of course to avoid
so you think they are corruption proof?
Yun ang kinatakutan namin noon na baka siyempre kahit anong pagka-straight yung mga yan ay makukurap din sila, but apparently hindi. Kaya nag-extend kami, nag-ask kami ng extension ng services ng SAP from the police, from the PNP.
Okay, on that high note, we have to end. Marami pang tanong, but it's already 9 o'clock. We would like to thank Secretary Vit Aguirre. Thank you very much, sir, for making time for us.
Thank you, John. At thank you sa mga viewers, listeners mo here in the Philippines and throughout the world.
Thank you. This has been INQ&A. See you next Tuesday. Thank you and good night.